I wake up every day with gratitude. So if I wake up every day with gratitude, why would I not choose love? Why would I choose hate?
Ooh, yes.
And you got that choice.
A lot of people choose hate on purpose.
Exactly. Why? So you got to ask yourself, why am I hating so much? Why am I so angry?
Because they're not confident.
But they got a lot of people have no idea why.
Yeah.
And it's so deep in their core because they've been raised by somebody that's angry and hate and they can't stand their life.
Yep, it's a
and
pattern.
They got hurt. They got attacked.
Generational.
Something happened to them that wasn't right, that wasn't fair, and now they're mad and they pissed off. They never met their dad. Now they mad and they pissed off. They don't even know why. And they say they don't care, but they really do care.
Yeah.
People love saying, I don't care.
They avoid their emotions.
Yes.
Mm.
And when you avoid those emotions, it builds inside of you. Now you wake up mad.
And then now you put that on your kids, and then they put that on, and you got a whole generation.
And you wake up with the distractions. You wake up.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Becoming. This is episode 4, and this episode is dedicated to all of the men out there. This day and age, most of our men, they are more reactionary than responsive. They don't have a high level of emotional intelligence. Some of our men are effeminate. They have a lot of feminine energy going on. Most of them not alpha males. And not saying if you not an alpha male that you're not right or that you anything less of a man, but most of our men don't know how to be confident in their masculinity. And so that's why today we're going to be talking about emotional intelligence, how to help you grow your emotional intelligence, how to know when to be responsive, how to be responsive instead of being reactionary and fighting and just not having integrity in the things that you do, the things that you say and how you move, not knowing how to treat a woman because y'all don't know how to treat no women, most of y'all. So this episode, I have the privilege and honor to speak with someone that he is a businessman, but he's so much more than that. He's a leader. He is a man of honor. He's a man of integrity. He's so willing to help and serve. He is like Abria, one of few that, and I'm going to give him his flowers now because I never really got the chance to.
Give him my flowers. I'm ready. I'm ready.
He played a big role in my journey of transformation. He worked at the high school that I went to. He was the dean of discipline there. And after almost getting in one fight, I remember sitting in his office and he told me, if you can't control your emotions, you can't control your money. And that phrase stuck with me. And I'm so grateful for him because he's come to every event that I've had. He's on this podcast. He's brought me places when I didn't have transportation. He took me to Houston, a 3-hour trip one time to take a flight to Florida just so I could learn something and so I could get better. And words can't even describe how grateful I am for him. And he's like one of the biggest vessels that God uses to teach me, to guide me, and to show me how to operate in a better lifestyle. So please welcome Mr. Wilford Carter. Coach Carter, what you want to be called?
You trying to make a person cry. You trying to do an Oprah thing right now.
I'm not trying to make you cry.
Because it was like, oh, wow. Yeah.
No, but I'm serious. Like look at me in my eyes. I don't want you to. I can't because you're going to try to make me cry. I'm not trying to make you cry. But you are so willing to help, and it is so beautiful. And I don't know, you got a spirit to you where anytime you walk in the room, anybody could be having a bad day and you're going to light up their day. And some people see it as annoying, and I'm just grateful for it every time. You drove me to Houston. You came speak at my entrepreneur experience event. My first event, I did not know what I was doing. You just so willing to show up and be there for people. And I don't think people give you the flowers that you deserve. And I am so grateful to have you on this podcast and to get the information that you have and the wisdom and the leadership and the guidance and share it with other people because it's bigger than what you can see. Yeah. And it's needed. Yeah. So how you feeling?
I'm feeling like I'm happy about myself right now. I'm always happy. I'm always in a good mood. But I mean, let's be real. This podcast and what you're doing, it never surprised me because ever since I met you years ago and talked to you as a kid, I'm like, this girl's a lot more mentally mature than most kids. So I remember that one time you got an incident that was just completely out of your character. You knew that.
Yeah.
And so you always had a plan of going somewhere from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So even this podcast is it's even inspiring me. So you inspired me just as much as I inspire you.
Yeah.
You hit my stuff too.
Yeah.
All the
No,
time?
but I'm just.
So we feed off each other.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
Get y'all some
we feed
iron.
off each other. That's important, and that's one of the things I always talk about. You got to be around certain people in order to grow, in order to expand, in order to challenge yourself as a person. So, and a lot of people don't do that. They feel they're obligated or loyal to people that's around them that don't mean them any harm.
Why do you think people do that? They stay in places that don't serve them just to stay loyal.
Because it's a comfort zone. You grow up with people that you've been around all your life, and this person has never really truly been a friend to you, never gave feed into you, never supported you, but they tell you negative things, or they see something negative about you.
Yeah.
Like if a person, you got a best friend, or you got a friend that you've been around all your life, and somebody says something negative about you on social media, why would your friend show you that?
Right.
What benefit does that have for you? You don't need to see that. If my friend, somebody says something negative about one of my friends, I'm not going to be the one to show them because it doesn't benefit them. It's going to upset them, make them mad, and they may react.
Well, what about if somebody say, well, I'm just telling them, making them aware of it?
Yeah, they don't need to. For what? Why do you need to be aware?
To know to not interact with that person anymore.
Why would you? Well, if there's a friend of theirs, I understand. But if it's not a friend of yours, some people say things about you don't even know.
Yeah. People
say things about me never even met me.
Yeah.
I don't care what they say.
Why?
Because I've been born and raised that way. Because my mom gave me affirmations. My mom told me since I was a kid who I was and what I was going to be. I'm raised by a man that challenged that whole city. I'm raised by a man that challenged the whole state.
Yeah.
And became the first black African-American governor, not governor, first judge in this area in Southwest Louisiana.
Yeah.
So I saw, and everybody don't have that opportunity. Everybody don't have the opportunity to grow up and see and mimic somebody. My mom, everyone think I was outspoken because of my dad, but it was really because of my mom. My mom was a first grade teacher, and she didn't back down from anyone. So I had a mom and dad did that. So I was fortunate enough to be raised. It wasn't a perfect household, but it was very, very good for me, and it was very nurturing for me, and it created the person I am today.
Yeah, I think people do that also because of they grow up in a household or they have some kind of experience as a child to where somebody didn't treat them right. And they had to continue to please that person. So they don't acknowledge bad behavior when they're grown or remove it or address it because they feel like either they don't deserve better treatment or they're programmed to stay in those conditions. Yeah.
Well, I can't speak for other coaches, but if you don't know that I'm African American, I know some tendencies.
Oh, we know.
And some issues in African American culture that have been embedded in us that we do that we should not do.
Yeah.
Like we don't speak upon negative things that happen in the family. We don't speak about money. We embarrass or something bad happened to us. We don't express ourselves in front of our kids and show them how to handle certain situations. When you're happy, how you handle that. And when you're sad, you're frustrated, you're mad, how do we handle those situations? And so when you get in those situations, they react in a way that would cost you.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you earlier, you're not free. You're not truly free until you handle your emotions. Until you can control how you feel.
Yeah.
You can be mad, it's okay. You can be sad, you can be happy, you can be all those things. But until you know who you are and understand and practice and study tactics to handle your emotions, it's gonna cost you money.
Yeah. So take me back to where you, before all of this emotional intelligence and this mindset and this thing you got going on, without all of that, how were you living?
Well, I knew I made a lot of mistakes when I was young.
Like what? What mistakes did you make?
Matter of fact, I was a grown man making mistakes.
Okay.
So I don't even know where I can start. The thrill of the emotions of getting excited, driving 105, 110 miles an hour on the highway.
Yeah.
I'm in high school going to Baton Rouge to a football game. To a basketball game.
Yeah.
So just that excitement and getting the gratification of excitement with my friends. We had 7 people in the car.
Okay, wow.
That was silly. That was dumb.
Yeah.
And get pulled over and still thought it was funny when I got pulled over.
Did you get a ticket?
I don't know. I got handcuffed.
And then what?
I got handcuffed. I got sent to went to the police department. The guy said, look, we're just going to write you a ticket instead of putting you in jail. Because they saw I had a scholarship and I had my Letterman jacket on. And so me and my friends, we actually paid for the ticket at that time. We put all that money together.
Okay.
And paid for the ticket, which my dad got upset about that because then he he didn't find out until he got the bill without insurance, and insurance went up.
Oh, because of the car insurance.
Yeah,
Okay.
He was a judge. He could have got the ticket reduced or something like that.
Yeah.
So things like that. Another emotional mistake was when I was a generational curse with my father and other fathers, that we chase women, we like women. We even got a reputation now. When I was young and I was an athlete, I dated a lot of women in college.
Mm-hmm.
I even dated a lot of women right up to my marriage, which ended my marriage because I wouldn't stop looking at other women or talking to other women.
Okay.
Couldn't until my first marriage. That really humbled me and realized that I need to control me. I need to understand who I am. I need to start studying. We study about everything.
Yeah.
But certain things that we should study about, we never do. We never to study on how to live in a family with other people, blended families.
Okay.
We never study about how to raise a child.
Okay.
We never study about our emotional intelligence or how should we respond with other people do us wrong or if we got some type of tragedy. And only time people study it is when they actually in that type of field.
Yep.
And we should study that. We should teach that in high school.
Yeah, we should.
We don't want to go about high school.
No, we don't, because you're going to blast some of y'all on there.
Yeah, because I've been in education for 21 years.
Okay.
And it's very unfortunate that nothing in high school would teach you.
No soft skills.
No.
Yeah.
Any social skills. It doesn't give you any financial skills.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't get you a clear understanding of challenging your mind to think outside the box and real critical thinking.
Yeah.
Of how to solve my actual problem. They just look at the curriculum.
So you mentioned you got pulled over. Did you have any fights?
Yeah, I got in quite a few fights in high school. I used to enjoy fighting. It was actually fun.
Really?
Yeah, it was exciting. I was an athlete, so I loved the competition.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the ultimate competition. I remember actually not the last fight I got into. I remember one fight when I was in. This is a perfect example of me not having control of my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Mississippi. I played football at Louisiana Tech. Me and two of my other football players, we went to Mississippi because a friend lives in Jackson, Mississippi. We had a restaurant at a bar having drinks. I'm a senior at that time, and I'm talking to some girls. You know, we in great shape, so we having a good time.
Yeah.
But some Mississippi guys didn't like the fact that we were getting that attention to these girls, and they walk around and saying some things. I said, I know these farmers. I called everybody in the room farmers. I said, y'all from Mississippi, y'all must be farmers or farmers. Yeah, I know none of these farmers can do nothing to me.
Uh-huh.
So y'all need to sit down and come. So our challenge pretty much,
Yeah.
grown men, I had no clue who they were.
Yeah.
Right? Because of my arrogance, my confidence, playing sports, and I didn't have the emotional intelligence to clearly think this whole thing through.
Yeah.
So I walked out the place and walked the girl to her car, got her phone number, and believe it or not, that we didn't have cell phones.
Okay.
We had to write the number down.
Okay.
Memorize the number. So I turn around, it's three dudes. Say, what you said about us farmers?
They beat you up?
Oh, I got the best of one guy. After that was it. I was getting whooped, getting kicked. And the thing is, they didn't. It was a while before my friends even noticed.
Uh-huh.
And they tried to hurry up and get outside, and the security guard locked the door and wouldn't let nobody outside.
Wow.
So they just got tired of beating me.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the only time I actually got beat. It took three dudes, but it's the only time I actually got beat.
Okay.
And it really wasn't that bad. That was weird, huh?
Yeah.
It really wasn't that bad. And
all because of your arrogance.
Because of my arrogance. And it didn't teach me anything.
It didn't?
No.
Ah. No. So what point taught you something? What experience?
My divorce taught me something.
Okay. Tell me about that.
The biggest thing that shot me down to my arrogance, because keep in mind, I was a kid I had both my parents. We lived in a fairly decent house. We were upper middle class. My dad was an attorney, then became a judge. My mom was a teacher. And I was an athlete. And I was a really good athlete. I had the fastest time in the nation. People were cheering me on since I was in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
So I got people excited to come see me as an athlete, that's a dangerous thing for a young athlete to have. We have a lot of athletes, they go way overboard because of this. So I began to build my arrogance, and when I went to college, as much as you lift and you work out, you attract a pledge to the fraternity, and you attract these women and you attract this attention. It gets you a level of arrogance, and if you're not mature enough, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I felt that way when I was when I was still married, and when I went to a divorce, the judge took my kids away from me, and everybody knows me that I love my kids. I've been around my kids since birth, and I watched them, I fed them. I'm the one that brought them to school. I'm the one that changed their diaper. So when they took my kids away from me for a month,
it broke you.
It broke me. It broke me. It showed me that it doesn't matter how smart you are, how gifted you are, how intelligent or tough you are, the connections you have, something could be taken away from you beyond your control.
Yeah.
And so it really humbled me. I remember the day I went to church, I was just crying, trying to figure out, what did I do, or how did this happen to me? And then it just came to me. I guess I was praying, it came to me. God said, look at yourself.
Wow.
Yeah, look at yourself.
So you had to self-reflect.
Yeah. And so
was that comfortable or was that uncomfortable? How did you take that?
And then I started to get mad at myself and disappointed in myself, and like, this is not the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And so when I started to realize, I let not only my kids down, and my wife was amazing. My first wife was an amazing person, highly intelligent, gorgeous woman. She was everything a person.
You weren't ready for her.
No. And she was everything that I would ask God for in a wife. She was everything.
Wow.
That's what she was.
Wow.
Right? And but I wasn't ready because I was too arrogant. I didn't have emotional control. I didn't have a clear direction for us. And I remember one time she told me, she said, you really have the potential to be the perfect man, but you can't leave women alone. And that's because I can't control my own emotions.
Wow. So that generational curse.
Yeah.
With the women.
Yeah.
You didn't grow up knowing how to teach a woman, right?
How to teach a woman?
I mean, sorry, how to
treat a woman?
Treat a woman.
No, you know how to treat them. But the problem is, there's certain women out there that you just don't need to be a part of.
Okay.
Now, like, I never lied to women. I never disrespected them. I never did all those things.
But did you make them feel seen, heard, loved, and valued?
Not all of them. No, because I put women in certain categories. And
okay.
I was wrong for that.
Well, tell me about categories. You got to speak my language.
Okay, and men know this. Men put certain women in categories.
Okay.
Some women are married material, all right? And most men do this. Most women are based on how they carry themselves is how you would reflect and see that woman. So if a woman is behaving or acting a certain way, like I still look on my social media, I see girls half naked and shaking and dancing in certain ways in front of everyone. Women gonna see them and treat them in a certain way, as opposed to a woman that's really trying to achieve more. They taking care. They looking good. They make sure their appearance is amazing. They don't have a bonnet on in the airport.
Yeah.
Travel. So it's two different categories. You see one woman with a bonnet on in the airport.
Yeah.
You look at her different than you see a woman dressed in a professional
Why
outfit.
you look at her different?
Because she don't got herself together. She got more issues than you have.
Oh.
Because she
can't do her hair.
Because she don't want to do it. She can find somebody to do it. But she walk around with a bonnet on.
Yeah.
And think it's okay.
Yeah. Why isn't that not okay? Because I know a lot of people my age, they think that's okay, and I don't think it's okay. But you tell me why.
It's not, because your appearance is very, very valuable. I said the other day, it shouldn't be your biggest asset, because if it's your biggest asset, you're going to...
That's external.
Yeah, it's going to be some problems.
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
Right? So you got your appearance still will be judged or looked at. Your first appearance is the most important thing at first. Because when they see you, you tell a story. But if you walking, what are you telling with the bonnet on?
Yeah.
The way I walk, when I walk in a room, people know I'm confident about myself.
Yeah.
My shoulders is up because I'm looking you in your eye. I'm looking at you in your face.
Yeah. I don't know. I see a lot of people walk with their head down.
Yeah.
They look at the floor, the ground, the feet, whatever. Yeah.
Study showed that people that look at you look at people in their face, they rarely get robbed.
Really?
Yeah. So I remember I was in Miami at a conference, and it was late, just left a party with a bunch of people that got a lot of money, bunch of money, I say, I need some water. I need some hydration. It's like 2 a.m. They say, well, it's closed. We don't have any water. So you don't have water in the hotel? I said, well, I'll go down the street to the gas station. Guy said, oh, sir, you can't just walk down the street by yourself. I said, well, I can't. Oh, it's too dangerous. Okay, it's too dangerous for you. Not too dangerous for me.
Yeah.
So I'm walking down the street.
Somebody tried to rob you?
No, but I'm looking at him.
Okay.
How you doing?
Make one move.
How you doing? How you doing? I speak to him. Yeah, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Keep it walking, keep it pushing.
Yeah.
I'm walking with my head. Oh no, that's not a guy I want to deal with. So, but if I'm walking like this with my head down, shoulders, a little nervous, look like a victim. If you look like a victim, you're gonna become one.
Yes. Oh, you're dropping some game.
I'm just saying.
So take me back. If there's a man watching, right, or a boy, wants to grow their emotional intelligence, like, okay, I get what you're saying, but how do I do it?
Okay, so unfortunately, we don't have the avenues. Some people got avenues to where I was fortunate enough to have my mother just continue to drill into me.
Yeah,
I am
right.
Forcing me to read at a young age what I hated to read. So if you don't have that, there's a few things you need to do. First thing you need to do is surround yourself with as many confident people as you possibly can. If you don't have those people, create those people right in your cell phone. All right. You need to watch
social media timeline.
People. Yes.
Yeah. That's another thing. If y'all social media timeline, something you're looking at most often is not building you up, inspiring you, showing you something that you want to become, you need to unfollow those people. You need to block those people, delete those messages. And don't be like, I feel like a lot of them don't want to be the bad guy. Like, let's say they got a friend talk negative to them. They don't want to let them go because that's their friend. They don't have that confidence to do that.
Well, if you don't have the confidence, just start avoiding them more and more and more.
Okay.
Avoid them.
Why not just have that tough conversation?
Because they might not be ready.
Okay.
I can have a tough conversation with almost anybody. All right. But they may not be ready to do it. So if you're not ready to do it, just avoid seeing them until they just get bored of trying to get you to come around.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But you have to start watching and mimicking confident people. The only way you're going to do it is if you see it. If you don't see it, how can you be it?
Yeah.
All right. The next thing is very, very important. Work out.
Ah, okay.
Just work out. If you're sad, if you're depressed, anything negative, if you work out, you're going to feel better. And I'm not asking you to be some super bodybuilder. Do some push-ups.
Now, what if I was to say that's you avoiding your emotions?
You're not avoiding your emotions. You're just working out. Everybody needs to work out.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
You run into emotions. It's hard to, once you start consistently working out, it's hard to be in a bad mood.
Yeah, I understand.
You know? Another thing, start thinking about, this is why I always tell people I never have a bad day, because my mindset is different. You start shifting your mindset once you start reading positive things, affirmations about positive things, affirmations about yourself, but not just affirmations. You have to prove what those affirmations are. Working out is one of the things, okay? The next thing is doing what you say you're going to do.
Okay, so being a man of your word.
Yes. Anytime you tell somebody something, never commit to too much that you can't do, but you move mountains to make sure you do what you say you're going to do. And help as many people as you possibly can. That will build confidence. All these little things you're gonna continue to build confidence. Read. If you just read, and if you don't have time to read, I have Audible. I read while I'm in my car.
Or listening to something while you're driving. Something.
Stop listening to negative things. Stop. That's one of the key things. Stop.
Tell me about the music.
Okay, the music. Okay, if y'all didn't know, the devil, when he was an angel, he made music. All right, y'all did know the devil was an angel at one time.
Yeah,
he's the rebel angel. He made music, so he's a very, very gifted person at putting hidden things in music, demonic things in music. So when you're listening to music, and people know negative music makes way more money than positive music.
Absolutely, because of the culture.
Yeah, so you got these I don't want to offend other races, but the majority
might as well
of
say
people,
it. Just say it. Be raw.
You got Jews, you got white people that own record labels.
Yes,
and they're pushing these young African American men to talk and speak upon negatively about women, about themselves, about it's all about
the other men.
Yeah, degrading and lifting things up that you shouldn't be lifting up.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Money is a very good friend of mine. I never would disrespect
But
money.
the intention behind it is wrong.
Yes. So you cannot sell your soul for money.
Right.
So once you start listening to that over and over and over and over, you like two women.
You bobbing your head
woman.
to it. You in agreement with it.
Yeah. So your subconscious mind is becoming in agreement with all this negative things.
Absolutely.
And so that's a huge issue and a huge problem that they don't realize they're doing to themselves.
I remember I went speak to one of the high schools here, to the boys, and I told them, I said, you are the most powerful, yet you are the most controlled. Yes. Because of the music they listen to, like Young Boy and J.D. Young and people that bust his brains, blow his brains, and and that's why they hurting each other, they killing each other.
They desensitize violence.
Yes. So they're not proud of themselves. It subconsciously programs you to be in agreement with the things that you listen to. And some of them like, well, it's just music. It's not that serious. But they don't realize the importance of it.
Well, it's always been, it's multiple studies, psychological studies of you, if you control the mind, you control the person. You control the body.
Yep.
So how can you control someone's life by showing them, put certain systems in place, not just systems to make them have a disadvantage. And then you put them in a survival mode instead of a thriving mode.
Oh, deep.
So when you survive, you're trying to survive.
Yeah.
Your moral values are decreased.
Yeah.
So you have a baby. Let's say if I'm 17 years old and I got a baby and I got a young girl pregnant and this baby is starving and hungry and I'm from a impoverished area. I got to eat. I'm gonna eat.
Yeah.
So when your stomach hungry, and I keep telling people, listen, it's more poor people commit crime than rich people.
Because they're in survival mode.
Yes, they're in survival mode. It's a lot of problems. I had a kid I was mentoring. She asked me about a problem about what if you saving money and something happens, like you get in a wreck and you have to use that money to spend. I said, baby, that's poor people problems. I said, the best thing to do is gain wealth.
Mm-hmm.
She said, well, how I do that? I said, well, learn to gain wealth. Be around rich people like me. Come on, hang out with me. I said, so your mindset is different. So when you live in a survival mode, people that live in survival mode have bad emotional issues.
Uh-huh.
They don't know how to control their emotions. So
I'm sure you get angry at times, right?
Yeah.
You get sad at times.
Yeah.
What do you do in those moments?
Just breathe, because one thing I do know, and this is just through studying and knowing, whatever I'm mad about is not going to last forever.
Okay.
Whatever I'm disappointed about, it's not going to last forever. I know the majority of things people are mad about is not that it hurt them, it just inconvenienced them, or they failed my expectations. So I may have an expectation upon you, or I may have expectations on my son or in someone else, and they didn't meet that expectations. Now I'm mad.
Right.
I'm mad. I created that expectation.
Yes. People create false expectations on people and get mad when they don't meet them.
Yes. Listen, I'm not perfect. It just came from a lot of things that I failed upon, and I said, let me study.
Mm-hmm.
So 99% of the things you're mad about, it's created in your mind.
Yep.
It's not even the action. It's not even what you thought it was or whatever it is. So you really need to evaluate, what am I really mad about? What is the issue about me? And I've gotten mad. I've said things that I regretted saying, but I've just gotten a lot better since I'm older.
Yeah.
And it's a process. And after that first divorce, I made a determination that I'm not going to be this person. So and I started to study about mind controls the body, the mind controls the emotions. So if you control your mind, you're going to control your emotions. If you control your mind, you're going to control your health, you're going to control your body. And if you start to focus on building massive wealth, you can help other people.
Mm-hmm.
And you can put in a position of confidence. You can put in a position, I want to be in a position that I had the freedom to walk away from any job.
Yeah. Good. So give me a book. First book they should read.
Rich Dad Poor. What?
Emotional intelligence.
You got Habits, Atomic Habits.
Okay. That's
Atomic Habits talk about the brain and how the brain works. It's another book called Human Behavior. I got a bunch of books in my phone. It's another book called Human Behavior.
Okay.
Studying the behavior of humans. This was funny. Most major corporations, they study that.
Mm-hmm.
They know how you behave. They know that if you put flavor in alcohol, black people would if you put flavor in smoke, they would buy it.
Yep.
You get a rap artist,
They
or
control,
athlete,
man.
you will follow. All you got to do is put certain things, make it seem cool in hip hop, they'll follow.
Yeah.
So once you start reading the behavior of people, you can be like, whoa, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need to stop.
Wow.
So you just when you educate yourself and learning other people's behavior, it's also teaching you. So you need those two books. Is really, really, really Atomic Habits. It's a really, really good book.
Okay.
But everyone needs to start evaluating themselves and educating themselves on what their weakness is.
Okay. Why weakness?
Because we love to look at and identify our strengths, and we try to avoid our weakness. And I'm not even telling you to make yourself better of your weakness. I'm saying know them,
and
then start looking at
surrounding yourself with people that are strong in that area.
Look at your family, your mom and dad, or whoever raised you, your environment you're in. Start studying their weakness, because whatever their weakness is, it's a strong chance that you have the same weakness.
Yeah.
And so it's not your job to help them, but you will inspire others by, looking at your weakness and knowing how to handle it. Everyone has triggers. You have a trigger that makes you mad. You have a trigger that makes you sad.
What's your trigger?
You identify your trigger, huh?
What's one of your triggers?
One of my triggers when people, is a perfect example, when me and my dad, and we hardly ever get in an argument. We got in an argument 2 days ago because he told me I couldn't do it. It was a motion that needed to be filed.
Okay.
And he said, you need a lawyer, because my dad is a lawyer now.
Okay.
He's a retired judge. He's a lawyer. I said, I don't need a lawyer. I said, artificial intelligence can be a lawyer, Daddy. You need a lawyer. He said, no, you need a lawyer. So I threatened his profession. So one of my triggers is when somebody tell me I can't do something, it bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody tell or question my ability to achieve something,
yes, absolutely,
that's a trigger.
Yeah,
that's a trigger for me. So another trigger is when I see people taking advantage of someone that's disadvantaged.
Mm-hmm.
That's a trigger for me. It
okay.
Really, I don't even know where it comes from, but it really, really bothers me, and it makes me mad. That's a trigger. Sunshine is a trigger for me.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
It makes me feel good.
Oh, I thought
everybody, you got good triggers too. No. Look, you got good triggers. You got bad triggers.
Okay.
It makes me.
Sunshine is a good trigger for me. Sunshine,
man. Absolutely. Listen, I just found this out about grounding. So.
Oh, you did? Okay, I see.
So after I go work out. I work out twice a day. I work out at 5 a.m. and I work out again at 5:30. Right?
Okay.
People like that's crazy, but eating certain foods is also could be a trigger to certain people.
And people sleep on that.
Yes,
especially the black community.
Exactly, because we love to eat. So I take my shoes off. I take my socks off. We don't connect to the ground.
Yep.
Enough.
Yep.
So and people don't understand that we don't get in contact with the sun. Just your body touching the sun. All right. So I go in my backyard and I take my shoes off. I take my socks off. I just put my feet in the ground and I just sit while my feet in the ground. It's very, very peaceful. And just try it. Everybody try it out. Yeah. Like when your feet in the sand, you're gonna feel better.
It's scientifically proven that when you do that, it changes the physiology of you. I don't know if I said that word right, but
I don't know. Yes.
Yeah.
I got it from a guy named Gary Brecker. He's the owner of 10X Health.
Yeah.
And I take vitamins from him.
Okay.
And just studying how people feel and their genetic makeup as well as versus your genetic makeup versus your upbringing.
Okay.
And we have to have a clear understanding of both. I don't want to get too deep into it.
Right. There's another time, right. Yeah. So, emotional intelligence, we have follow the right people on social media. Yeah. Read the 2 books. Yeah. Give me another one.
And just read the 2 books, work out.
Yeah.
You got to work out. Always do what you say you're going to do.
Now tell me this real quick before we go. Well, how do you feel about jumping into a relationship without knowing who you are?
That's a mistake. Because you're supposed to be a whole person.
And
if you're not a whole person, you're going to make a mistake. You're going to follow flesh. That's the first thing you're going to follow. All right? And then once you follow flesh, then you're going to have expectations thinking that you own somebody else's flesh, which is foolish. That makes no sense. You don't own nobody else's flesh. All right? They think they own your flesh. and then you set up expectations of your flesh the same as you say you expect of your own flesh, and you don't even know your own self.
Yeah.
So what are you expecting? And so eventually, you don't have a clear understanding of what you offer or what you can bring to the relationship. And so how did that person, and if you didn't do that, if you don't know yourself, how you know that person?
Wow.
It don't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's why we have a divorce rate over 67%, because people jumping too quickly into relationships and too young in relationships. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know why someone in their 20s, teens for sure, or in their 20s get married, because that's difficult, man. That's hard work. I know for a fact it's hard work. So, and you always discover yourself.
Yeah.
You're never going to be, you should never be the same person that you was last year, because I've learned more and everyone else has experienced more, and that's learning. So as you go and as you grow, you're starting to discover more about yourself.
Yeah. Awesome.
When I was a kid, I didn't have confidence in reading.
Really?
No, never did, because they told me I had a difficulty of reading because I was diagnosed with dyslexia. So I had low reading scores when I was in elementary. And my mom was a teacher, and they said, oh, he got dyslexia. And they'll tell you, oh, he have hypertension. As you know, I am a hyper guy, but they didn't know how to teach people like me. They didn't understand how to teach. I didn't really get confidence until probably my junior year.
Wow.
So this was funny. I can have confidence in one area and don't have confidence in another area. I knew I was an athlete. I knew I could run fast. I knew I was strong. I had very much confidence in getting in front of people and talking to people. But if they gave me something to read, my confidence went away.
So tell me, what principles and values do you live by?
Help other people. The most important thing ever to me is you are here to serve. I feel that anybody that's in any position at all, you need to help someone. I don't care what you do. So the first part is you help as many people as you can. You wake up in the morning with gratitude because you woke up. Everybody didn't wake up. So if you woke up, you have opportunity to change. You have opportunity to do something with your life. So why are you upset about your life when you can actually change it today? All right? So I wake up every day with gratitude. So if I wake up every day with gratitude, why would I not choose love? Why would I choose hate?
Ooh, yes.
And you got that choice.
A lot of people choose hate on purpose.
Exactly. Why? So you got to ask yourself, why am I hating so much? Why am I so angry?
Because they're not confident.
But they got a lot of people have no idea why.
Yeah.
And it's so deep in their core because they've been raised by somebody that's angry and hate, and they can't stand their life.
Yep, it's a
and
pattern.
They got hurt. They got
a
attacked.
generational.
Something happened to them that wasn't right, that wasn't fair, and now they're mad and they pissed off. They never met their dad. Now they mad and they pissed off. They don't even know why. And they say they don't care, but they really do care.
Yeah.
People love saying, I don't care.
They avoid their emotions.
Yes. They and when you avoid those emotions, it builds inside of you. Now you wake up mad.
And then now you put that on your kids, and then they put that on, and you got a whole generation.
And you wake up with the distractions. You wake up focused on distractions instead of waking up focused on your blessing. When your blessing, the first blessing was you woke up. So if I wake up and I get out of bed, and this hasn't happened to me before, my knees are hurting, is in pain, but I still woke up. So I'm focused on, thank God I woke up, instead of waking up and say, oh, I'm hurt. Or you wake up and you behind on your rent, and you're mad. All your kids hooping and hollering and you screaming, but you were blessed with kids.
Yeah.
Some people are not blessed with kids. So it's all about how you look at it. It's nothing in life, nothing that happens in my life that's going to make me have a bad day. And I've been challenged on that. They say, what if your mom died? I said, my mom died today. Man, listen, that moment is going to make me sad. But then I'm going to celebrate and be excited and happy that I was blessed with a mom.
I love that perspective.
And I'm blessed with a mom to this long.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all about how you look at it. I try to tell my friends about, it was a friend of ours that recently died. I said, bro, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all wanted him to go to heaven? You got to die to go.
Yeah.
So why you not celebrating his life? Why y'all sounding so sad about he day? We all gonna die. Everybody listen to me. You're gonna die one day. It's a fact.
No, for real though.
Then they gonna say, you're wishing evil on me. No, that's a fact. God put that in place. God put the place that people are going to have to die because he didn't want evil people to live forever. People never thought about that. So it's a blessing to die.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. When people die, of course I'm sad. I'm in flesh, so I'll be sad, but I'm not sad that entire day. I start to reflect on the impact that person made. All right. One of my core values is impact somebody. So now I'm getting to a position where I say I want to impact more. Okay, how many more people can I impact? What person do I need to become to impact more? Okay, I've impacted thousands throughout the years. It took me 20 years, 21 years to impact this many. How can I impact even more in less time?
Yeah.
And so how can I teach other people? What do I need to learn? What do I need the person I need to become? How do I need to speak? How do I need to communicate? One of the most important things you got to be able to do is communicate with other people.
I heard the worst mistake you can make is assuming that the person you talked to understood what you were saying.
Yes. Always assume they don't know. Always assume they don't understand. I don't care who you are. You can be talking to TD Jakes. Always assume he don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So at least deliver your message to where people understand. And to be honest with you, some people understand in different ways. You may be talking English, but they don't understand.
Right.
And it depends on what part of the country you're in.
Yeah. And even this information that we sharing applies to females, because I know I didn't have emotional intelligence at one time. I was bad at the mouth and ready to pop off and this and that. But it's important to have those things because you control your emotions. You find so much peace in that.
Yes.
So much peace.
That's the first thing you need to do. Especially you're a kid. You're still a kid.
Yeah.
Kids don't control their emotions.
Right.
So you understand because they're kids. It's a developmental stage. But once you get out of that cognitive development and you continue to increase, you should start to understand because this is a fact. And people need to understand this. Almost everyone going to eventually get their heart broke. They're going to be hurt.
Yep.
Almost everyone is going to suffer a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Almost everyone is going to have some type of material financial issue. Even if you're filthy rich and you're going to go through that type of financial emotion. So if you know you're going to have financial emotions, you know you're going to have emotions about death. You know someday you're going to be happy. Mm-hmm. It's going to be things that's going to happen. You're going to be sick. Somebody's going to be sick. These things, emotions, we know this is going to happen. Why would you not be prepared for it?
Wow. You dropped so many gems.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so tap in with Carter. Where can they find you?
All right. Listen, I'm Carter Bail Bonds. I own the Bail Bond Company, by the way.
Oh.
You know that.
But they not getting locked up, so you don't even gotta.
Well, they're not getting locked up. Somebody you might know get locked up. Call Carter Bail Bonds. I'm in Lake Charles, Louisiana. But I go all over the state of Louisiana. I'm one of the largest bail bond companies in Louisiana. I also have real estate. I'm a real estate investor. So you can go to Carter Bail Bonds on all social media platforms. Just Google Carter Bail Bonds, and this beautiful old man face will pop up. I'm not really old. You know what I'm saying? Just to some people. It depends on who I'm talking to.
I see some gray in that.
Because my dad, listen, if I'm talking to my dad, I'm not old. I'm talking to you, I'm probably old.
No, you're not old.
So,
you got a young spirit.
I got a young spirit, and I try to work out, try to move around.
Yeah.
Work out, y'all. Work out. That's all you got to do.
Okay, work out.
Work out and read.
Okay, work out and read. Cool. I think we gave them some good information.
Yeah,
you think so?
I liked it.
I hope they apply it. I hope y'all apply it.
I'm extremely, extremely proud of you, and this is amazing. You inspire me. I want to do something like this, and I need to really slow down and do this. This is really, really cool. I think the information you're giving.
Yeah, these conversations need to be had.
Much needed. I know we got to go, but I remember when you went to a certain high school here, and when you spoke, you just spoke your truth.
I didn't, and you know what's crazy? None of that was prepared.
Because you just spoke your truth.
Yeah.
But the emotion that you connected emotionally with those kids. And you can tell it wasn't a speech, it was an emotional energy that was connected that they needed to.
It was led by the Spirit.
Yes. And they needed someone to tell them that it was okay, that you're experiencing certain things. They don't get that. And so they connected with you. And so you know at a young age it's a gift. So that's great. That's amazing. I'm proud of you that you know that.
Thank you.
And you leading yourself toward that. Because a lot of people, they discover their gift and then the distractions come in and they start focusing on fixing the distractions instead of just staying focused on it.
Right. You know. Wow, yeah. So I hope y'all got some powerful information from this. Emotional intelligence can do wonders for you if you learn how to master yourself. If you learn how to become masterful over how you feel about certain things, what certain people do, how they trigger you, learn to start setting some boundaries. Learn to start having the tough conversations. How do you set boundaries? You set boundaries?
Yeah. I was blessed to have the ability to tell people no or absolutely no. So I'm okay. Everyone can't come in my house, and you know that how I feel about the energy that comes through my house. So I set boundaries. I know boundaries are very important. So I just tell them no, or if I go to a place, I can feel the energy in the room. Yeah, and I just leave.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
I just leave. Some people don't have that ability yet, but start looking at the people in the room. Yeah. Start being aware of your surrounding, and don't just look at yourself, but look at the actual individual people in the room. Their body language, and I studied body language. Their body language will tell you they not good people right now, and so they just hurting right now. You can't help them. You need to leave.
Mm-hmm. So if you're a young man or a young woman and you in a position to where you want to get better, you want to do better, you want to become more masterful over yourself, definitely get in contact with Carter, in contact with me. Thank you for watching. Like I said, controlling your emotions is a very beautiful, beautiful thing. Once you do that, the world is yours. You have so much potential because you learn how to operate in life. You go to a party and you see somebody you don't like, you don't pop off at them, you don't fight them because you're confident in who you are. And that's another thing with emotional intelligence. You have to know who you are. So I encourage you to get those books. Your homework tonight, go ahead and assess that social media, unfollow those people that need to be unfollowed, those friends in your circle. You are the average of the 5 people that you hang around. So make sure that those 5 people bring out a good average. And I'll see you next week on another episode of Becoming.